You're watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the January 24th meeting of the Michigan City Water Works Board. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Call me and the Water Board to order. First item is approval of minutes from January 10th.
I make a motion for approval of the minutes of the previous board meeting held January 10th, 2023.
I'll second it.
Motion is second that we approve the minutes from January 10th. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Purchase orders.
You have a list of 11 purchase orders in front of you. The first is to MC Doors. This is the south garage door repair at our distribution center for $596. The next is to USA Blue Book for hydrant extensions for the Kemmel Beach project. That's the fire hydrants are a little too short. They have to be brought up to grade for $2,596.92. The third is to Spring Lake Sales running boards for truck 13. That's the new truck we just bought for $745. Number 4 is to USA Blue Book for lab supplies for $1,534.02. Fifth one is to Ferguson. This is hydrants for stock for $4,500. And the sixth one is to Frontier Lawn for a 60-inch zero-turn mower for $10,000. That $10,000 is using the old mower as trade-in. They're going to give us $1,000 for that. And this was in the plan for the year. The next one, number 7, is the Midwest Meter. This is transponders for stock for $9,350.40. Number 8 is to Motion Industries. This is spare parts for air control manifold. This is pneumatic controls for valves in the water plant for $803.31. The next one is to Utility Supply. This is parts for tapping machine for $587.40. The 10th one is also to Utility Supply. This is drill bits for the tapping machine for $523.44. I did provide some information that if they're to the same vendor for the same general project, to consolidate the purchase orders into one purchase order. Then the number 11 is Digital Graphics Solution. This is graphics for the truck 13. This is the new truck we just bought for $1,193.
All right, we have purchase orders totaling $32,427.49. Any questions? Out of curiosity, how many hydrants is that? $4,500.
Two.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very pricey.
Wow.
And all the manufacturers are in the same ballpark now.
I'll make a motion to accept the list of purchase orders dated 1/24/23 as presented.
I'll second it.
Motion second that we accept the purchase orders for approval as of January 24th, 2023. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Claims.
I'll make a motion to approve the list of claims dated January 24th, 2023.
I'll second it.
Motion second that we approve the claims as of January 24th. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Add that list. When someone dies, do we go after their estate or?
Well, we don't hire collections agencies.
Okay.
That's part of the reason why we have a bad debt list. Basically, we just, there's not a lot we can really do with that. And I know that's been looked at in the past, and the costs were
Yeah.
pretty high to try going after with collections.
Do we send a letter or anything, or a final bill? Or?
Oh yeah. These have been final billed some time ago. You see the end date. That's when the final bill actually went out. We don't write them off. We leave them active for a while, and then we write them off as a bad debt, and it's bookkeeping only. So the folks that are on here that are still alive and may try to get service in their name, they have to pay it in order to get back, in order to get water on.
Right. Just wondering if there was a way we could get that in the list of creditors that the state might have.
Yeah, I think you have to file a court case on that.
All right, you might want to check with Barry on that.
Yeah, I'll ask him about it. I believe that goes into probate court.
I'll make a question about the SSJ construction. Since that's a commercial concern, is there a way to recover that?
We are in the process of still going after them for that. What that is they hit a water main while doing work that was located. We sent them a bill for the time and materials as per state law. We're allowed to recover when we have facilities properly located. Their claim is that it was not properly located. So we're gathering our evidence, and we're going to push it back the other way to get this.
Are they still in business?
Yeah.
Where are they located?
I'm not sure. They were doing work. They were one of the subs on the double track project.
Oh,
Oh,
all right. All right, any other questions on the bad debt? Someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Oh, you're gonna make a motion first,
Oh, yes.
but I'll second it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make a motion to approve the bad debt list for bookkeeping purposes only.
I'll second that.
There's a motion, a second, to approve the bad debt list as of January 24th for bookkeeping purposes only. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, Chris, financial statement.
We'll just run through our cash flow real quick. We took in $655,384 for the month. We did recover $144 in bad debt in there. We spent $613,960, not including our monthly transfers. Inventory items purchased was $51,666, and we spent $44,611 on some capital items, left us with a balance ending of $670,343. And on page 3, our revenues, of course, are dropping for the winter, which is normal. Our expense items are fairly normal, except for the distribution line. We had some paving in there and truck repairs that pushed it over forecast. Our net loss for the month was $76,490. Our year-to-date, we've had an income of $223,762. And on page 4, materials and supplies line is high for the month, which is where our paving and our lines had some limestone and coal patch purchases in there too that were fairly large. And our miscellaneous line's a little bit over. We had our annual WTH subscription in there, some AWWA reimbursements, and then we also had our annual membership fee for the Chamber of Commerce, and our Water Institute registration fee was in there as well. Unless there's any questions, that's all I've got.
All right. Well, ended up pretty good for you.
Considering how much we did this year,
Yeah.
construction wise, it's,
221.
A lot of construction this year.
All right, any other questions on the financials?
We need a motion on that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the financial statement given by Mr. Wolf.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second that we accept the financial statements as of December 31st, 2022, as presented. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, the comprehensive plan.
this, in your packets, is the copy of the agreement, that was sent to us by Westler Engineering. In 2013, Westler Engineering had provided a comprehensive plan. When we do comprehensive plan, they do a 20-year outlook, but the intention of a comprehensive plan is to be updated every 10 years at minimum, depending on what you have going on. If you have a massive amount of growth, you may have to do it earlier, but in our case, 10 years is an adequate amount of time. Basically, what we do in the comprehensive plan is review all of the major portions of our operation, our treatment facilities, our pipes, how our system is moving water, where we're going to need to add pipes, if we need to add storage, or if we need to add any kind of booster station, that kind of thing. So these are the big dollar, the big ticket items, because we have to plan out in advance on that stuff. That's not something we can just cover with the revenues that we bring in on a regular basis. So we're looking at that. Since Westler did our capital asset plan, or our asset plan inventory, and they did the work on the hydraulic model, they've been able to quote the price to update the comprehensive plan at $60,000, plus a not to exceed without permission of $10,000 if there's some cost overruns. The business plan estimate was $119,000. So this is well below the plan estimate, and that's mainly because I wasn't sure what it would cost. So I took some old numbers and add some inflation to them to try and create an estimate as part of the business plan. So basically, the intention would be to sign this agreement, go through the process, develop this master list, and try to have it done essentially by late spring. So then we can review that and determine where we are as far as our cost of service and our rates are concerned. Are we in the proper position? You know, obviously, the inflation that's occurring across the board is an impact to us as well. For example, I believe, if I remember correctly, NIPSCO, I think this year's bill to last year's bill was something like 15% higher for the same, when you consider the same volume. So it's one of those things where those costs do nip away at the revenues. And materials, of course, those have been climbing considerably. So we definitely want to be sure that we're in the right place as a department in the future. So, at this point in time, been estimating to look at possibly doing a rate study in 2025. Or actually, I guess next year, 2024. That if need be, we might have if it's necessary to adjust our rates, I guess, depending on what our costs are and how these increases have impacted us, plus the projects that need to be done in the future to maintain the department and maintain the quality of service that we have today, or in some cases improve it where we have some deficiencies. So basically that's the purpose of this planning agreement. And basically I just need to know if the board would accept the agreement to move forward.
I think it's great at the price.
I concur.
Any questions or comments for Chris? All right. So I'd like to make a motion for approval of the planning agreement.
I'll make a motion for approval of the comprehensive plan agreement with Westler Engineering.
I'll second it.
Motion is second that we approve the comprehensive planning agreement with Westler Engineering. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, old business,
I didn't have anything for old business today.
new business.
Under new business, I did provide you with a memo here. So obviously, because this is just coming up now, obviously, this will be up to the board to decide if you want to move forward or if you want to table it. Currently, at our office, customers can only use cash or checks. We do have a lot of customers that would like to be able to pay with a credit card, whether it's their bill or maybe tap fees and something along those lines. Invoice Cloud, which is our online payment system, has a point of sale solution basically at the cash register, which would be at each of the windows. That would allow our customers to pay by credit card. It would flow through the Invoice Cloud system like they currently can do at home. They can do that online. It would just allow them to make the payment here at the window rather than us sending them away and telling them to go online at home or go to the bank and get a check or cash to come back in. The cost for the card readers is a $30 a month rental. And then at that point, Invoice Cloud makes sure that these devices work with Invoice Cloud and with VIP, which is our billing software. And they guarantee PCI compliance, which is the technical requirements that are set forth to make card transactions secure. If ever these devices fall out of compliance, they would replace them for free. We wouldn't pay anything to have that done. We have 3 cashier stations, so the total cost is $1,080 per year to the department. If the customers do pay with a card, there is a $2.95 charge, which is the same charge that they get if they make a payment online. It would be added to their bill here at the window, not by us, by the system. So we would make sure there's notices up that there is a fee if they choose to pay with a credit card.
Now, this is,
Just add in their card, we won't see it here.
Yeah, we don't see it. It doesn't become part of our revenue stream. It's,
so you're gonna have a unit at each window?
yes.
So, I mean, is it $10 if we only had it at one?
No, it's $30 per unit. So it's $90 for all 3 windows per month total.
And that's what this, 1,080 covers?
Yeah.
3 windows?
Yeah.
Do we need 3 windows?
They're gonna tie these to each one of the desktops that we use, and moving them is not practical and we don't have every window open, the windows open at different times.
Okay.
Some of the systems that do allow you to move them, like, let's say, like something like Square or something like that, those have additional charges that are percentages of the total purchase that's made on them. And those usually hit the vendor, which is why sometimes, like, you go to a gas station, they say it's a $5 minimum for to use a credit card and that sort of thing because of the charges that they get from the credit card companies. Since this isn't going through the credit card company, this is actually through Invoice Cloud, and we're avoiding a lot of those charges.
All right, is the monthly rental, is that set for a certain amount of time, or is that?
As far as I understand,
Change
that's,
annually, or-
no, as far as I understand, that's it. They make their money off the $295 fee.
Right. All right, any questions or comments?
I'm for it,
Well, would you like to move so?
certainly. I make a motion that you move forward with this opportunity to give the customers another way of paying when they come into this office.
I'll second it.
3 stations.
Oh, yeah, 3 stations.
There you go.
Motion and a second that we approve the credit card payment acceptance program as Chris has presented. Any additional discussion?
Maybe I should ask one more question. We can afford that, correct? That amount? I'm just asking, there's no hinder or anything?
Oh, no.
Okay, just double checking. Thank you.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any other new business?
That was it.
That's it. All right, any public comment? Comments from the directors? Hearing none?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second that.
We're adjourned.